Hi everyone, this is Christine Josty from Mail Something Pretty, and today I have this super spooky-ish project that I'm pretty excited to share with you on little Halloween treats, and they are coffin boxes. And what I'm super excited about is I created or came up with these gravestone tags. So this is really what I want to show you how to make. The boxes I'll show you too, but they're kind of pre-cut, so they're super easy to put together, but I just wanted to show you how to assemble it all. So I'm going to actually first start showing you where you can get these products. So this is, it's all in the frame, the 2019 holiday catalog. That's the front cover, and on page 53 you have the Halloween or some of the Halloween products. So right here is the coffin treat boxes, and you get 12 boxes for $7, so that's a great deal, and I'll show you in a second, but they're really easy to put together. And I also used in the box the black scalloped ribbon and the stylish scroll embossing folder. One I did, if you can see it, the embossing folder, and one I did plain, so they both look great. And I think that's it for the holiday stuff, and I'll show you how I actually made the I actually didn't put them on here. I did this for my club, and I used a very old paper pumpkin set that had trees and a crow and bats, but I'm going to show you on this one today using the little Monster Bash little sticker things. Okay, so that is that, and then I'll show you, I think we'll just start. So I'm going to emboss, just grabbing my big shot. I'm going to emboss one of them. Oh, actually I should have showed you this before I grabbed it. So the coffins come in just a package like that. You get the tops and the bottoms all right there, and they are, here's the top, here's the bottom. They're pre-scored, and so what you want to do for the top one, I found it a little helpful. You're going to want to fold on the score lines first, because when we emboss, it's going to kind of smush it together. So this at least gives you a head start. We'll have to fold them again, but of where the fold lines are. Okay. All right. So you can use any embossing machine. This is the Big Shot one, and I know Stampin' Up! Is working on a new embossing machine, which I'm excited about, embossing and die cutting. Okay, so this is that embossing folder. So you're just going to put it in. This is, again, the top. You could do the bottom, but I don't really think you need to do the bottom. And I'm going to sandwich. This is just a regular die, so you're going to use the two of the clear plates. Okay. Put that, oops, over here. And then it comes out nice, and I hope you can see, nice and textured. Okay, so I'm going to, again, just fold it. Folding it first really does help. Because of the texture, you would never see where the fold lines were, especially these little, oh, I can't even see it. Let me look. I'm gonna cheat. Yeah, there's these tiny little triangles on this one. Hopefully we'll see if that lines up or not when we put it together. Okay, and then I also want to give it a little kind of what they call it, a burnishing look. So this one I use the copper. They have a new Delicata copper ink. It comes in copper, gold, and silver in that same holiday catalog. And this one, which this one again I did plain, and this one I used just some of the Craft Whisper White, which is like it's almost like paint. It's kind of wet, and so this is similar, but I'm going to use this one just to show you, and then you can see the differences. Okay, so actually we're going to do that after we put the box together. I think that would be easier. All right, so we're going to use some glue dots, and I'm going to use my tweezer, so I'm going to flip it over And actually, I should have brought my glasses. All right, so you just kind of, just want to make sure I get this triangle at the right spot. It's just a tiny little triangle. Actually, the glue dot is kind of just makes it. They come together really, really easily, so you can make lots of them without thinking they take lots of time. But everyone who you give them to will think you took lots of time, and you will be a hero. Okay, there we go. One more. The tweezers really help with the glue dots. Okay, yep, so there's our top of the box, and we will do the bottom as well. Same thing, we're going to fold it on all of the score lines. And this one is a little bigger, so you could use several glue dots, but I'm going to use tear and tape because I think it will work better. I know I've said before, I like to use tear and tape on boxes or cards that have a little bit of interaction. It's stronger than the regular snail. And like, you just put it down and tear. I know some people like to use scissors, but it's much faster tearing. And I'm chuckling to myself because of course you'll see, I cut my fingernails yesterday and now I have to peel all this tape up, and I always have trouble. There we go. I'm going to actually peel them all up first. I think that might be easier instead of after folding. I think anyone, or kids of all ages, as they say, right, would enjoy getting one of these treat boxes. You could certainly put candy inside, or maybe you could get a little creative to see what you want to put inside. Okay, so I'm just closing up all the tabs here. You can see how easy it comes together. Okay, so that is the bottom of the box. So then you just put it on top. There you go. Okay, so there is your coffin. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the ink, I'm going to put it in my hand, and I'm going to just softly at first, because I don't want to put too much. I just want to see how I like it. So I'm just going over the edges, you see, and then if you want a little bit on the front, you just softly, see how you get a little bit of the marks. And don't forget the bottom. Actually, for the bottom, you can take off the lid because you might want a little bit on the sides here. Again, this would look nice in all of those three colors, the copper, gold. I keep calling it copper. Yeah, the copper. I was calling it brass the other day. Gold and silver. So that gives it so much more dimension, right? So that's the plain one, and that's the one that has the texture. So let me show you how I made the tags. I have the two different sizes. So I'm going to use these two punches, one punch for each. And I'll just show you where those punches and what they're called, because I always forget the name. The bigger tag is the Delightful Tag Topper, which I've used for lots and lots of tags. Actually, I've been making Christmas tags. And then the smaller one is this right here, the Timeless Label. So I'm going to show you both. And I just have, see, I've been making a bunch, 2-inch strips of, I use gray granite cardstock. You can use either. And I'll start with a small one. I'm going to turn it upside down. And normally, you know, you would punch and get the whole label. But I'm going to turn it this way. And I want to, just going to line it up right on the bottom, so it's going to not really do that curve mark. And then look, you get a tombstone. And then on the other one, and I can even use the same because it's the same 2-inch strip. And this one goes in this way. You put it till it clicks and punch down, and you get that shape. Okay, and so then I'm going to stamp and then I'll trim. Just looking for, uh-oh, it must have fallen on the floor. Okay, well, I'm going to improvise. So I need to make a hole. Oh, here we go. I'll just use this. I had a different one that doesn't have holes in it, but I'm going to use my paper piercer just to make a hole so that I can put some string through it. Hopefully that's big enough. I'm going to make it a little bit bigger. Stampin' Up! Doesn't sell a little hole punch anymore, which makes me sad. I've been using an old one, but I just wanted to show you with current products. Okay, so that makes it a little bit bigger. And let's put the, here we go, the epoxy pieces on first, so then I'll know where to cut. Okay, so let's see. I think I'll use the skull on this one. Right, that's what they used to do in some of the old tombstones. They actually had a skull and crossbones. And then I will use, so I just use the one on the end, one of these crows. There we go. Just want to get room on that one. And I'm going to, oh shoot, I just thought of something. Let me see if I can take these off. Okay, so don't put these on first because I'm going to make the effect of a well-worn gravestone first. Okay, so for that, I'm going to use this, and these is fine, but if you happen to have this set, Love What You Do stamp set, I'm going to use this kind of watercolor-ish stamp, the gray granite ink. I'm going to ink it up. I'm going to, what's called stamp off, stamp on scrap first, and then I'm going to stamp on, oh, that didn't work out. Let me do it again. I should actually be using this. That's why it didn't work out. The stamp mat really does make a difference. Okay, try that again. I'm going to ink up, stamp off, stamp on, there we go. And you see how it gets a little texture, it's a little bit, you know, worn, old. So I'm going to do it again on this one. Stamp off, and then there we go. So you can kind of see it on this one, the difference between just the plain and the texture. So I just think it gives just that little bit of extra something. Okay, now I can put my stickers back on. Here we go. Okay, there we go. And then for this little guy here, because it's pretty little, I'm going to use this Itty Bitty Christmas, and there's a, here it goes, a small to from, and this is a great Christmas set, by the way, but I'm going to use it for Halloween. And I'll just stamp there. And then for the big guy, I'm going to use that Halloween set that I showed you, the Raven, and I'm going to use the Wishing You a Delightfully Haunted Halloween. You certainly could use the Celebrate If You Dare, but, you know, you could make up whatever you want. I already have it on a block though. And I'm going to stamp that right there. And then I will take scissors, or you could use a trimmer and just cut us straight across, so that looks a little bit more like a gravestone shape. Okay, so now we will, I'll just use this one I guess for now, although my cut is not exact. I should have used a trimmer because it's not exactly straight. Oh, now I'm going the other way around. Okay, I'm making it worse, aren't I? One more. No one's gonna care. It's a little tag. Okay. That's gonna bother me, but I will fix it later. I'm going to take, this is that scalloped ribbon. I already have one cut. I think I did it 13 inches, but you can just, obviously you're gonna put your candy, your treats inside before you tie the bow on. And can you see, like, these ones keep sliding off? I haven't filled them yet. You may want to take a glue dot and just put it on there so that it doesn't slide down, and I will do that after I fill them. The garbage truck is outside, it's distracting me. Okay, so I'm just going to do a simple knot and I will trim, but I'm going to take just some linen thread. On these ones I had some old black twine, but again that is sadly not available and I used it all the time, but I'm just going to use, I think the linen thread will look just fine, and tie it on there. Oops. Some of my students don't like it when I use twine because it is a little fine for fingers, but I just like the look of it. Okay, so there we go. And we'll trim our scalloped ribbon. And there you have, move all this out of the way, a nice spooky Halloween coffin tree box that you could leave. You could put it in a kid's lunchbox, you could leave on someone's office desk, you could just hand deliver it. I'm sure you can think of all sorts of things to do. On another video, I'm going to show you how you turn these coffins into a wreath. There's actually a picture in the catalog, and you put them kind of together, obviously without the tags. You put them together and it makes a wreath. So I haven't made mine yet. So once I do, I will film it. So thank you again for watching on this cute little spooky treat. Be sure to visit my website at mailsomethingpretty.com, and I know I always say add yourself to my mailing list and subscribe to my YouTube channel so you can see all the cool stuff that I have been making. Thanks so much for watching, and I encourage you to make some spooky boxes. See you later. Bye-bye.